while, and there'd be no shortage of stories being told in his experiences. I've heard the Matt story from my dad, and I've heard plenty of times. There'd also be the story of what you would need to do when you need to use the bathroom at 5,000 feet in the air. Not to say that one out loud. The second thing I learned in particular from Grandpa is that he learned to work hard. Grandpa was not lazy. He was always doing something. He had so much to do that he wanted to do, that he needed to do, that he needed to get done. He was always doing something. He was a man of faith and a family man. His time was often filled with going and practicing his faith, including the huge chunk of his time that he took out to be my sponsor at convocation. Apart from that, he devoted a lot of his time to family, whether that was spending time with us or working on the countless projects that he would give to us. Galatians chapter 6, verse 9 reads, "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we'll reap if we do not give up." Grandpa finished every project, every task, everything he ever said he was going to do, from start to finish. He never left anything. These qualities are pieces of me that I continue to live with, and he will continue to live through me. I found comfort in knowing he's still with me. He's still going to be with me through all that I do. He's still going to be with me through my college years. He'll be with me through new opportunities that I pursue. He'll be with me around my family and friends. And unfortunately, he'll be there when I have to figure out for myself what to do 5,000 feet in the air. Thank you.
I'd still with it. Yeah. Give me for a few more minutes. Anybody else have any comments they want to share? John? Hi, everyone. Our name is John and Judy Stewart, and we came all the way from Harvard. And I just thought that Judy and I'd like to share a little bit about what we did. We're living in the fall settings. One day we were going to a support group, and as we walked in, so I stuck my head in and said, "You would be looking for what you're doing." They said, "We are indeed." So we sat down. So we went upstairs. And the day before, so Mark, good. Asked where he was from, on his way. I don't think. We lived in East. So we started to talk to our friends, and common friends, and just chatted away after I have a cookie in honor of Rich. And all of my members would be happy with it. So, thanks for having us.
Anybody else? Go back here and we'll come up next.
I just want to say a few words on behalf of our Y Catholic group. We began in 2004 as a Y Catholic group from the parish, and we're still meeting, and I'm very grateful for that. But BJ and Rich have been members of our group for many, many years, and it was always a pleasure to see them come in. And I was just delighted that Rich loved my muffins and coffee. But I especially appreciated when he was able to share and give us his thoughts during our meetings. So when they moved to Toledo, we missed them a lot. So BJ, thank you so much for being with us for so many years. Thank you.
I'd like to speak from the perspective of being a parishioner at Bridges Church, Our Lady of Queen of the Americas, for so many years. Some years back, and it's not many, maybe 8 or 10, he decided on the project of making large life-size crosses. And he made 3 of them. And in that year, at the beginning of Lent, those enormous brown, I'm not sure if they were paper mache or exactly what the metal was. Okay. Paper mache crosses were erected in the church. And I was always doing music there along with several others, but we would talk to parishioners, and so many people would mention that they came to that parish during Lent in order to see those crosses, in order to have that spiritual experience of envisioning Lent and envisioning the Mount of Calvary. And I really believe that that gift that he made to the parish came from the heart, and it was made as an evangelical gift to reach out to people who were looking for something more. And I really thank Rich for the effort that he made in order to make those and to contribute them.
Is there anybody else?
For anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Joey's son. He was my brother. Also, I grew up calling him Dick. That was the nickname my mom and dad gave him. So it is hard for me to refer to him as Rich. But I respect the whole family. We had a lot of good times together, and growing up, you know, we were brother and sister and had a lot of bad times too. But I loved him with all my heart, and I miss him. And I know someday I will see him again. I just want all to know he was a sweetheart of a brother. And I love him. Really do.
church as a kid, going to Fred and Emily's house. Then I didn't see many, many years until Starn anniversary. Impressed. One of the things that always impressed me was Rich always showed up with something family party. And he always had something bright which he could say. I've heard so many things here today that I know of. So glad we came here from Texas for this. One time, 2014, Barb and Rich came to our house in Washington, D.C. One of the things that amazed me was Sunday morning, before they go home to meet they want to go to church. They don't want to go to St. Matthew's downtown that's famous. They don't want to go to the shrine. They don't want to go to this St. or Paul's, John Paul's, what's so famous. They were perfectly happy going to the Spanish speaking church in our neighborhood. Everything made me happy. And that always impressed me. And I'm not a great public speaker, so that's all I have to say.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to BJ. BJ's got a couple of remarks.
I just want you all to know that I use the computer because I can't read my own writing sometimes either, so it's okay. Richard W. Starn, in this lifetime, as a son, born into a loving family with older brother and sister, he had treasured memories of his mom, his dad, grandma and grandpa, all his relatives. He loved reminiscing of how his family, his mom, came over on the boat, and Jake the tailor, just to mention a few. He tried to instill in his family the importance of respecting parents, not perfect, but tried their best to be examples of love, faith, morals, and virtue in his world. Rich truly did honor his mother and father. As a brother, Rich would have loved more time with his brother, Denny, who passed when Rich was 13. He shared many stories of growing up and kept him in prayer. He credited him for his reason for enlisting in the Navy, because Denny was in the Navy, as well as other antics in their younger years. Rich loved, appreciated, and tried to look out for his older sister Joyce, only 3 years older. He often commented with a smile that he saw a lot of his mom in her. It was Joyce's Red Hat group that inspired one of Rich's songs that he went on to present to the Red Hat chapter convention in Erie, Pennsylvania. Joyce, your brother loved you very much. As a friend, from childhood through adulthood, Rich could be counted on when he was needed. As miles separated, he would speak often and remember his friends. Through many moves, he cultivated new and lasting friendships that he continued to hold dear till the end. He would speak and pray for friends near and far. Rich made a point to reach out at least during the holidays just to hear their voice. I would hope that all of you know the place that was uniquely yours in Rich's heart. As a cousin, uncle, and in-law, Rich enjoyed all the roles life let him participate in. He could share stories from each hat worn, some good, funny, those you would really not want to remember. Some of these memories lent way for ongoing vacation spots and family traditions, or just long-term journeys or trips as Alzheimer's crept in. He didn't have to think long to pull out memories or stories of cousins, nieces, nephews, or from brother-in-law or father-in-law activities, with one disappointment. Try as he may, he could not master sign language even a little. As a husband, he lived and spoke his faith He always had my hand through good and not so good times. The entire 49 years and 10 months together, longer if you include dating time, almost made it to 50, and we were trying to keep up with his parents and some of our friends. When we would have not so pleasant talks, he would be aware and often say, "So who said marriage is 50-50? That is a fairy tale." He was always candid in our quiet pillow talk, where discussions of world events, religion, children, family, etc. preempted, drifting off to sleep, sometimes even before his nightly prayer was done. Rich made his diagnosis of Alzheimer's a conscious part of our life, referring many times in conversation or when involved in an activity to Al being here or Al's listening. Even his medical appointments, he would joke with his doctor that Al was in the room. As a dad, Rich tried to set the best example he could, not always getting it right, but trying. When he had expectations, they were not unreachable, but sometimes they could feel overwhelming. Rich tried to make special time for each daughter and also group time. Remember family meetings? In latter years, he would reflect on the girls growing up, memories. He enjoyed them being adults and interacting with their own clan. He had always felt that his girls did not have to go to college, but they had to have some life skill or education that would allow them to support themselves and, if need be, a family. Find something that would make them happy, and in the past few years, he frequently mentioned how proud he was that they did just that. In latter years, with Alzheimer's, he would verbalize his anxiety that he would forget the girls' names or that he was their dad or me. Would apologize for if and when this happened. Early on, he was instrumental in the faith activity of each. He got so much pleasure when they were young out of talks on the weekly homily after Mass as he made Sunday breakfast. Also world and religious stuff, and then adult conversations. He was proud in adult years being part of their living faith. As a grandpa, he enjoyed each edition in a special way, with their unique interests: flying, storm chasing, sports, whether it was flag or tackle football, t-ball, softball, soccer, basketball, diving or riding. Fond memories of enjoying music, any instrument, singing tunes with the kiddos while he strummed his guitar, tinkering, helping build coffee tables, or even helping them with homework, early counting to 100, putting new words on dining room walls or creating something, anything. Unless it was a special event like a birthday, anything he built, he made sure there was one for everyone, but unique to each recipient, like chess, like the one he had, or paintings with an interest of just theirs. Building an airport to help welcome a new sibling. Since he retired, he often spoke of his joy in being part of their spiritual life. As an employee, Rich believed wherever you work, you should give your all, but have fun, i.e. rubber band fights, spitball combat. He represented well the companies he worked for, even jobs he didn't really like. Rich worked hard and respected his employer, boss, and co-workers. Recent years, he was thankful for the opportunity to work for and with his cousin Bill in the family business. As a parishioner, wherever we lived, Rich believed he needed to be active in his church. Over the years, he ushered, sat on many parish councils, was most reflective when he knew he helped bring about change, building ramps for wheelchair or mobility impaired, ways to help parish be more prayerful during various seasons, liturgical seasons. Lent was a favorite season. Getting the weekly homily recorded, working on a better sound system or a columbarium for the cemetery. Rich encouraged our involvement in outreach, help, i.e. taking in unwed mothers during their early marriage and young family years, or seeking out families in need of a little Thanksgiving or Christmas, presents and or seasonal meals, and using his talents wherever he could. Involvement in Bible study early on gave us personally and with community focus on growing faith. Even as Alzheimer's became a factor, he tried to continue to grow, even though oftentimes he would just listen and snack on all the goodies. As a Franciscan, Rich daily, from the time of his profession, September 30th, 2008, would recite his promised pledge, easily memorizing it and trying to act out Christian love. Rich loved thinking of Francis's reflection, spread the gospel, and when needed, use words. From 2016 on, Alzheimer's did play a part in his ability to fully participate in fraternity, but he remained always Franciscan. I am so thankful for the time God gave us together, and hope that all of you remember him fondly. And know his life was enriched by his interaction with each of you. His wish, the Lord bless you and keep you. Thank you.
Okay, so I believe the honor guard is here, so I think we will turn it over to the local chapter of VFW and do the ceremony. Thank you.